People are treating life like a race, but that's not what it's intended to be. If anything, it should be enjoyed thoroughly. This video was requested by one of my dear viewers again, and I want to just say that you guys have been coming up with amazing suggestions, even better than me sometimes. So I really appreciate this, and I'm just dishing out as many as I can to the best of my abilities. Okay, guys. First of all, slow down. Okay, life is going nowhere. You need to take a chill pill, and you just need to understand something. Okay, what you're meant to do will find you. Whenever you're supposed to find it, however you're supposed to find it, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. So it is very common to compare ourselves to people in social media or people around us. And I think the worst part is when people compare us to people our age. Okay, so I've actually got a pretty good solution to that, or at least something that can help you feel a bit more human. Growing up, I've been very attached to my inner child. I don't know why, but even now I sense that I'm very childish. And as a result, so many people have told me I'm very childish for my age. I'm in my early 20s. And I still act like a child. Okay, now I'm done with the little soft talk. Let's get to the no BS part, because I think that's what everyone's here for. Someone can have what you want. Someone can do so much at their age, and maybe even at your age, but that does not equate to them being happy, okay? And I'm not saying this is always the case, but listen to me. People on social media are liars, okay? A lot of them just show you the best parts of their lives. This is known as the highlight. People on social media always show you what's interesting about their lives. That's the whole point, because people watch them for the amazing things that they go through, the collab opportunities, the brand deals, the wonderful trips that they get to go on. But they never tell you about vulnerable moments. I mean, sometimes people can, but generally on social media, if you see people with mansions, if you see people living a good life, the first thought you'd have is, wow, this person's successful. Now imagine someone makes a video in that state. People are going to think, you're rich, you're successful, how can you be sad? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what the issue is. So you don't have to compare yourself to anyone. You don't have to feel like you're losing in life, okay? You don't know if anyone is happy. And here is something else that is reassuring, but it is sad, but it's very reassuring, because we're human beings. We all have something going on in our lives. Every one of us has something going on in our lives. Everyone has something they're dealing with. Everyone has a mental struggle, a battle that we just don't see. And we are always fixated on what they show us because that's what they want us to see. Okay, and I'm not trying to say you need to decipher every content and say, are you really okay? That's not our job, okay? We're not a therapist. But the point I'm trying to make is that people will show you the best parts of their lives. And people will try to make other people feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Irrespective of whether they're the same age or not, your life is your life. You don't want to go to the end of your life and start acting like, okay, I wasted it. I wish I was like this person. And then you're finally going to be like, oh, I wish I lived for me. That's where you can't, F up. You are here for a reason. Okay? Like, I think people need to generally get that through their heads. Social media is filled with lies. And the idea that we just need to slow down and live our lives is important, okay? Whatever your job is, whatever you're doing right now with your life, are you genuinely content? I know people are going to say, why don't you have this mansion? Why don't you have this? But who says that makes them happy? There are people there who have so many struggles. So let me tell you a really specific example that I see online. Sometimes I see people who are so successful, and then some days later there's a video of them talking about the abuse that they went through as a kid, because they've been pressured to make content. They've been pressured to do all these things. And I'm not saying that goes to every single person, but all I'm saying is there is so much more performance and sacrifice in success than you think. And it's really sad to think about this, but it is literally what it is, okay? It really breaks my heart that people go through this, but at the same time, it should give you a bit more humility. There is always sacrifice in something. And sometimes we compare ourselves to someone's level, whatever, when we are just starting out. Do you see how ridiculous that may seem? So I used to wonder, what am I doing with my life? You know, when I started my animated story times, I saw a whole trend of them at one point. Hi, I'm new to YouTube. Hi, YouTube. You know, all of that stuff. I'm sure everyone remembers that wave. And it was one of the worst things for me because my channel never got recommended. Ouch. But at the same time, it doesn't define my worth and it doesn't mean anything. So even if people are younger than me get a chance, blow up, it doesn't equate to being happy. If anything, I can collect more data with how I am. Sometimes if a video just blows up, you don't know what made it blow up. But if you are someone who strives and becomes better, you know what works and you can guarantee to prolong that success. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're doing it for yourself. No one can do that part for you. How do you know you'll be happy with this mansion? How do you know you'll be happy being super rich? Everyone wants to be rich. Everyone wants to have an abundant lifestyle. I get it, okay? But at the same time, you're still going to be yourself. You're not going to just change your personality just because you're rich all of a sudden. And please don't. That's a pretty horrendous thing to do. But that's the thing. Sometimes people our age, if they act a certain way, it's more destructive. And life is not a race, okay? Life is a fleeting thing. It goes just like that. I remember being a teenager once upon a time, and now I'm just growing up so fast, and it's so crazy where it goes. So don't waste your time thinking about, oh, what if I know? You're exactly where you're meant to be. And even if you're thinking about these people who are successful, you don't even know where you'll be 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. You could be in a much better position, but more true to your values. You understand me? Like, I used to wonder about a lot of things. When I started new niches, even with commentaries, I used to wonder, what is it about my videos that isn't doing so well? And and then eventually I just realized, you know what? I just kept going because there's nothing I can do besides being myself. And that's when I had to learn that I'm doing everything that I can. And I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Because even if my videos are performing better now, I haven't done anything quote unquote different, especially with my personality. And it's just minor tweaks here and there or just editing a bit more. But I'm still speaking the truth. I'm still speaking my mind. That hasn't changed. But what I'm saying is, your time will come, okay? And I'm not talking about, we have different reasons for success, okay? Everyone has a different idea of what success looks like. Some people imagine something more pompous. Some people imagine mental health being more of a priority. That's for me. Mental health as a priority is key for me. If I have luxury but I don't have good mental health, I don't feel successful. I'll still feel like a loser. And that's not what I'm hoping to have to feel. I don't want to be a loser. But at the same time, we have to really grasp this. Life is short. And just because someone has XYZ right now doesn't mean they'll have it forever. Okay? We're all gonna be gone one day, and that humbles me. So make the most of it. Be happy with what you do. Sometimes people are so exceptional when they're younger, and then when they grow up and they have the fame, for example, they lose themselves to fame. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's, oh crap, sometimes it's good that we don't have certain things. Oh my god, this is the worst. I'm just trying to catch these little things. They're so cute, but so hard to freaking, ah! I did it. I sacrificed myself. See, I was talking about sacrifices. But yeah, everyone needs to take some kind of sacrifice, okay? And no, not ritualistic, weird stuff. I'm talking about little steps that you can take. And you do have to really neglect some things that you've been doing. The people who you're watching, I want to humble all of us because I feel this as well, even now. Okay? We are exactly where we are supposed to be. and the people who are successful, etc., think about it. Okay, we can think of it in two different ways, but it's best to think about both and be open-minded instead of just biased and judgmental and assumptuous. On one hand, people show you their highlights. Okay, people show you that people don't show you the sacrifices they made to get to where they are. Okay, even if there are people you don't like online, they still sacrifice something to get to where they are. Like, it really does take a lot of sacrifice. But at the same time, it doesn't mean these people are happy. And once again, we're not here to be presumptuous. I'm just saying. It doesn't mean these people are necessarily happy. And even if you get compared to people, blah, 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 I'm doing what I want to do. Because when I was younger, I would be told about this person's son, this person's daughter would be my age and they're getting a job and they're getting, I don't know, some kind of offer. And I'm just there like, okay. I don't think I was that serious. To be honest, I just don't get that serious. Because I do something for myself. And that's already audacious, okay? If I was quote unquote normal according to a lot of standards, especially Asian ones, geez. Yes, I'm Asian. I would literally be thinking more about, okay, how do I do this job? How do I make this money? No, I don't. I just want to work for myself. I've been stubborn. I talked about that in my other video. Literally the video before this. So you just have to understand, what is it that matters to you the most? Seriously, if you define that, nothing else should bother you. And I'm not saying like you'll never feel bothered in your life. Ugh, I wish. But it's more like nothing will actively control you. Okay? If you are already working hard and you're doing something, okay, that's big. Like, one of the things that always gets me are people like doctors or people who work in the medical industry, okay? I could never do that. I could find it so lame. And for me, it's not it. But I have so much respect because they save lives. So much respect. And that's something that people don't acknowledge. Because people are so money focused nowadays, they keep thinking, oh, where's this money at? Or when's your next payment? When is the next time you'll get so and so followers? You know what I'm saying? People want answers immediately. But the truth is, you want to think about what's worth it. Otherwise, you're going to become a slave to whatever it is you want to do. And the issue with this is, guys, that you're not going to enjoy life if this happens. Okay, honey? You're just going to keep thinking that life is just gone just like that. And it is. Okay? That's how short it is. When you keep thinking about, okay, it's not good enough, it's not this, one day that's going to be your last, and then you're going to be like, I didn't enjoy life. I couldn't get the chance to. That's where you have to slow down. Okay? You slow down, and let me tell you something. Okay? Now listen to me. Take a deep breath again. Out. Oh, this is crazy. Me actually meditating. Oh my gosh. But listen to me, okay? Take a deep breath, okay? I mean, wait, I already said that. I meant to say slow down. Okay, slow down. You're doing great. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't worry about people who are this, who are this, who are this. You don't need to worry about that. Some people lose themselves to fame. Some people lose themselves to money. Some people become arrogant because of money. Some people are not even nice to people after that. You know what I'm saying? So while you should still attain success and you should still chase after it, don't be a slave to it. Okay? Don't be controlled by it. And instead, just know that you are the one who should be on top of success. Success should not be on top of you. Because if it is, and it's gone, then you're not going to feel anything great. You're doing a great job, whoever you are. Whoever's watching this, you're doing an awesome job. And I mean it. I'm not speaking BS. I'm not trying to butter you up. I'm serious, okay? Life's not easy for anyone. Life is becoming so challenging. So that's why we always feel like we need to compare ourselves to others. You're doing a great job. With an economy as bad as this, with governments who are so bad, like across basically a lot of countries now, there's so much going on, and making ends meet is the priority. Life is not about being successful. Life is about trying to give yourself fulfillment. And I'm going to say something a little bit dark that's going to kind of taper this video, but it's important. And it's something I mentioned before about being humbled. We're all going to go one day. No money can save us. We can't take this money with us. We can't take this mansion with us. But we can take our sincerity with us, so that we can at least say, I lived. I truly enjoyed what I lived for. Because mansion and stuff, that's all in this world. But when we all leave this world, we can't take anything like that with us. And then everyone's going to be the same after they depart from this world. Like we came from nothing and we will go back to nothing. Do you see what I mean? But at the same time, at least if you led a life with goodness, that goodness is going to transcend. Whereas if you just lived a life of fame and just false ideologies and stuff like that, that's not going to serve anyone. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to live promising lives, and remember, you're fine for your age, for your whatever, as long as you take active means. Okay, now this is something else before I sign off. Make sure to take actions towards what you want to do. If you're someone who sat still and you're like, oh, this person doing better, no offense, that's obviously going to be the case. But you have to take action as well. If you want to be successful, ask yourself, what can you do to become successful according to your standards and your means? And as long as you don't let it control you, what can you do? What steps can you take? Because like I said, it takes sacrifices. So what are you going to sacrifice? Maybe less sleep? Maybe, and I'm not talking about less sleep as in a bad sleep schedule. I'm saying if someone is always in bed, or if someone is, I don't know, playing games all the time, what are you going to change starting from today? Or starting from whenever you feel like you can do it, okay? Because that's what life is. It's so short, and it shouldn't be spent on what other people are doing. Social media is filled with highlight reels, filters, controversy. And that's why there's no need to compare yourself to anyone. And I just want you to know your feelings are valid. For anyone who feels this way, your feelings are valid. But please remember, what matters is the fulfillment of life. And even those with so much money, so much success can't feel that. You understand me? So prioritize your mental health and remember that you're doing what you're meant to do. As long as you take actions and steps towards doing something that makes you happy and to make ends meet, you're doing great. So just calm down, slow down. You're not behind in life, okay? There's no such thing as that. People are moving too fast, that's why it feels like that. People on social media all the time doom scrolling, that's where time goes. And for other natural causes as well. You're fine, okay? You're doing a great job. Genuinely. So just slow down, enjoy the moment, enjoy life. Because that's what people are lacking right now. Fulfillment.